Hello, beautiful soul. If you're feeling bad about being kind, you know, maybe your kindness wasn't returned and people weren't that considerate of you. People show you, by their behavior, what they really think about you, but that doesn't matter what they think. Their estimation of what worth is could be very skewed. It could be very based in superficial things. And it's amazing how people's perspectives change when they find out, oh, you know, you're connected or you're from a certain family. But you get to see how they behave before that. And even if you're not, it just doesn't matter. My point is, don't feel bad about having been kind, being respectful, being loving, being thoughtful towards somebody who didn't return that. Because it's not about what they do. It really isn't. It's about staying authentic to your nature. And if you're a kind and loving person and you're feeling like, oh gosh, but they don't respect me and I'm so kind and I'm so considerate, but they don't give me that in return. It is not about them. It's about your journey and who you are and who you want to stay and be. Not become jaded by other people's inability or ignorance. So don't get disturbed by how other people treat you, even if you are kind and you are loving and you are caring and they just aren't the same in return. They're just not your people. But that shouldn't discourage you from being good. Because sometimes we feel awful. We're like, gosh, I'm so caring and considerate and I'm always thoughtful with these people, but time and time again, they just don't give me that same respect. And then what happens is, because of those people, you tend to put your guard up even in other areas of your life. And I know, because of what I do, I'm a life coach, I'm an intuitive coach. I know that you can never tell. You can never tell what is going on in somebody's life. On the outside, everything looks perfect. They will not show you. And if you look at their Instagram, they look like they're having the best life in the world. They're having a great time. Everything's perfect. But the truth and reality many times is that they're crumbling inside. They're going through a crisis, but you will never know about it because people are good at keeping their guard up and hiding what is going on really truly inside. And that's why, unfortunately, you hear about so many people ending their lives, and a lot of people are shocked and they look around, they're like, what, this person? No way. But that is the point, that don't let your kindness be snubbed out by people who are unkind, and they themselves very likely are going through something, that they will not show you. You will never know about it because people don't want to appear as weak. But the thing is, we're all so vulnerable. We're soft inside. We're vulnerable beings. And we're all going through it. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you have or how little you have, how connected you are or how successful you are or how unsuccessful. It doesn't matter. The fact is that every human being through their lives will go through devastating, challenging, hard times. And yes, some much more than others. And that's why you possibly have been through a lot in your own life. And so you're far more empathetic, you're far more considerate, you're far more kind and aware not to hurt somebody or not to ignore somebody, or to be thoughtful, about them, and to include people because you've been through it yourself. But a lot of people perhaps haven't. Maybe they've had the security of, um, you know, people in their lives and support in their lives, and they don't understand what it feels like to be not cared for or not included or ignored or not respected. although I think everyone goes through that. And maybe they're just a selfish person because they haven't evolved to the point where they see that their life is really all about service. You know, of course we have to take care of ourselves, but our lives are, we are conduits for love, for kindness, for creating a good environment and atmosphere where there is value for people and value for the human being. So because I've experienced that, and a part of you just feels like, God, I'm so stupid, why was I so kind? Why was I so thoughtful? Why was I so caring when these people clearly don't care? They don't care about me. And they're after all those superficial things. But this is the message that came to me, which is, no, you are not here to be sidelined in your own spirit because of somebody else's actions. Don't put your kindness away. Don't put your thoughtfulness away. Don't put your innate good nature away because somebody else didn't appreciate it, didn't value it, and just kind of took it for granted. That doesn't mean what you're doing is any less important. It is paramount. So stay kind, stay on your path, stay true to your nature, because if you are good, that in itself is the greatest wealth. Nothing is more valuable in the world than kindness. Like I say, these days kindness has become a commodity. Really caring and valuing people and having the decency to reply properly, or to acknowledge someone properly, or to not be all about ego and what somebody has and what they don't have and who they are and who they aren't. It's such a facade. People are just living facade lives, just want to show everybody how good they look and how amazing they are, and how much money they have and how well they're doing, while they're falling apart. So if you're the kind of person who is genuine and who is honest and who really cares, then that is your asset. It is a commodity in this world today. And don't ever let anything or anyone take that away from you. Don't let them take it away from you, because you are a gift to this world. And just like I feel that, I'm a gift to this world, and I will not let other people's behavior or unkindness or not being thoughtful stop me from being who I am. And I'm going to keep reminding myself of that, because sometimes we live in a very cruel world. We live in a world where it's so fake, And we live in a world where people have forgotten to ask or really care when somebody says, how are you? I've decided I'm not going to say, if I'm not good, I'm not going to say, oh, everything's fine, I'm good. I'm going to be honest about it, And I don't mean like telling your life story to everybody. But what I mean is, if you're in a group of people who you've known for a long time, and you're just living on a superficial plane where you're just like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And when you do express your feelings, or you say, it's been really hard, or it's been a tough time, and they don't give you that space, then they're not worth your time. And I'm not saying you have to disconnect with everybody. So you see them where they're at, and you accept them where they're at, and you don't have to discard everybody. You see, okay, this person that's where they're at, that's what they're capable of, and this is not going to be a friend who's deep or who's really going to care about you. So you can still have them in your life, but you can know who they are, who they're right now, It's not that they're going to be like that forever. Maybe they'll shift and they'll change. But what I'm saying is, I personally don't want to have fake relationships, and it's not fake, of course, like you meet your acquaintances, But people you've met for years and years, and you can't say, oh, you know what, it's been a tough time in my life, and they don't care about that tough time in your life, then you know where you stand in that relationship. But that does not mean you stop being the good, loving, and caring human that you are. Don't let them take that away from you, because there are plenty of people who will appreciate that, who will see it, who will love it, who will love you for it, and they may not be in your immediate circle. And that's okay. But keep being you, keep being kind, keep being loving, and don't let that take away the essence of who you are, the goodness of your being. And that's my message for all of you today. I hope it spoke to you. I hope it helped you. If you're feeling like you're undervalued, or you're the underdog, or people just don't see you in your true light because they're so caught up in other nonsense, then it's okay. Everybody's not going to see you. They're not going to see you. They're not going to value you. They're not going to appreciate you. And in fact, a lot of people take kind people for granted because it's unfortunate, but they chase people who ignore them. They chase people who treat them badly, or they chase people who they perceive as, oh, they're in a position of power. But we're all just human, no matter where you are or what you're doing. And a lot of where you are is just how it happened for you. So don't ever get so boastful or prideful about where you are, because a lot of it you did nothing for. A lot of it you were lucky to be where you are. And those of you who have striven and worked hard and fought for it and reached where you've reached in spite of the challenges in your life, all the more, don't let other people take away your goodness, because you know what it means to struggle. You know what it means to go through it, without any help. So stay kind, stay good. That is your greatest wealth and gift. Don't ever forget it.